Please type any questions you want me to answer in the box. I will start off with one that somebody already submitted just to get it going, but please do ask away. Hi, Nichols and Co. Accountancy. Yes, you can hear me. Yes, you can hear me. Woohoo. Loud and clear. Love that. So today's live Q&A is all about marketing, and with that, kind of how I've grown my accountancy business. I'm not an expert. I'm definitely not a marketing expert at all. I've never had any marketing training. And other than paying for my website and my SEO, I've never paid for any marketing. So this is just my take on it, what I've done and what's worked and what hasn't worked. So one question that someone's already submitted is about TikTok. Do we think TikTok is worth using, and kind of how do I feel about it? So personally, I think TikTok is an exceptional tool for growing your business if used properly. A lot of people are a bit nervous of TikTok, which I totally understand, and maybe think it's for the younger generation, which it is. Certainly younger than me. But I do use TikTok. I have got a TikTok channel, and the thing I have found, and obviously you guys know I do a lot of video production work and produce kind of high quality video content for YouTube and LinkedIn and Instagram and things like that. But with TikTok, the weird thing about it is you can just produce like a 7-second video just sat in your car or at home, post it, and you'll get hundreds of thousands of views just randomly. So it's really whatever catches the algorithm or people want to watch, and it's not necessarily something you'll try to do. I think the best way to use TikTok is decide what your market is, your niche, who you're trying to attract, and literally post a video a day aimed at that market, and give value, answer questions about anything at all, and then people will ask questions on TikTok and you can literally respond to them. One of our clients is doing really well on TikTok and doing the exact same thing. Well, actually, that client aside, we have another client, which is 2 people. They are a couple, they're in a relationship, and they use TikTok, and they have millions and millions of followers on TikTok. So I'm just in complete awe of them. Like, the effort they put in is just incredible, and they absolutely reap the rewards of that. Alistair has said he's just started with TikTok and it is working, but doing something different, but learning. Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. So I have posted some of my videos on TikTok. I wouldn't necessarily put the effort I put into my YouTube videos and LinkedIn videos for TikTok. I'm not trying to use it properly anyway for business. So I've just put whatever on there, whatever I think is funny or is trending. But take a trending sound, take anything trending, and just have fun with it and have a go and just get started. But definitely pick your niche and target them on TikTok and do the exact same style video every single day answering questions, and you will 100% build a following on TikTok. 100%. So yes, I do think it's worth it. You need to be on it. You need to be using it. It's on my list. I'm kind of a bit half-assed with my effort with TikTok. That's why it's not really doing much for me, but I will at some point. It's on my list. I absolutely will try harder. Yeah, Alistair said TikTok is very emotive, unlike Twitter and LinkedIn. Yeah, I totally agree with that. It's just it's naturally a different audience to like LinkedIn, for example. It is the younger generation really on TikTok, but equally there's so much business to be made on TikTok, like just so much, and it will continue to expand and go further and further. So it's definitely one to look at. So Nichols and Co. Accountancy have asked a question. So yeah, guys, ask your questions, type them in the chat box for me, and I'll answer anything marketing related. So Nichols and Co. have said, Would you not recommend posting the same videos on LinkedIn, to LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok? Do you think there are many older people, i.e., potential clients on TikTok? So, yeah, I kind of have answered that. I think there's not necessarily older people. There will be older people on TikTok, but on the whole, there's not. Most people are not in the older generation on TikTok, but they're not the type of people I'd want to be personally. I'd want to be targeting anyway. I want to target the younger generation. I want to target the entrepreneurs and the people that are going to be starting businesses and needing accounting help and growing businesses. So I've answered your question like backwards. So would you not recommend posting the same videos to LinkedIn, YouTube, and TikTok? Repurpose content, but not necessarily post the same thing. So I would post the same videos on YouTube and LinkedIn. I don't tend to do that anymore because I'm trying to drive my audience across to YouTube. So I always post links to try and get people off of LinkedIn and onto YouTube. I wouldn't just post those exact videos onto TikTok. I could, and it probably would get me some more followers and stuff, but I don't think it would really have the impact that I would want to have. So with TikTok, I want it to be shorter videos and just literally direct little chunks of advice. So that's my plan. When I start using TikTok properly, I will literally get in my car every single morning, wherever I'm going, and I will record myself in my car for 30 seconds answering an accounting or tax question, and I'll post it to TikTok. And I will literally do that every single day for like a year. And then I'll see how I've done and if I've got any business off of it. That's the kind of outlook I have on marketing. It's not overnight. You know, it's a long-term investment. It's the same with YouTube. You know, I'm on YouTube live now because I want to grow my YouTube channel and just keep building on it. But it's not an overnight thing. You know, I've been working on YouTube for the last 6 months, really, really focusing on it. And it's a really, really slow burner. But that's just the way it goes. And I'll keep doing it. And I'll just keep going and going and going till I've got it where it needs to be. It was the same with LinkedIn. You know, I've done really well on LinkedIn, but that hasn't been overnight either. So TikTok is exactly the same. Thank you. Nichols and Co. Accountancy have said, and you're very welcome. Hit me with any questions, guys, because this is a live Q&A. That is what we're here for. Ask me anything. LinkedIn, Instagram, marketing, websites, SEO, social media, anything you want to know. Throw your questions at me. While I'm waiting for anyone to ask me a question, I'll just chat about marketing. So because I'm not a expert, I would say I'm an expert in my own right, but not like a trained expert in marketing. And I'm sure there's people out there that know a lot more than me, but because I'm not, I think I try harder with marketing. I have to try. It doesn't just come naturally. Lots of people think it does, like, oh, you're just kind of, you know, you're really good on video and stuff, and that's great, but none of that comes naturally to me. Like, I have to really try. I have to really try hard to write scripts. I have to try really hard to record videos. So if you're the type of person that feels like you don't really know where to start, or you're not great at it, you're not going to stand out and stuff, like, don't let that put you off. I feel like marketing is something that should be it should be something you do every single day. And it should be something that is the most important thing on your agenda. And if it isn't, you're putting 50% effort in and you're going to get equal kind of reward from that. So, hi, Nick. Nick Rayburn said hello. Steve said hello. So yeah, let me carry on. I've got some more questions now. Alistair, Twitter, where are you? I'm on there, but I just don't get, I'm not in a flow with Twitter. I just can't. I've never been able to kind of get that rhythm. I have the rhythm with Instagram and LinkedIn and YouTube. I just don't have the rhythm with Twitter. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Like, maybe I should just try it a bit more, but I try to focus my efforts on one place. So like in the early days, I focused 100% on Facebook, did really, really well on there. As soon as that like fell off a cliff, I jumped over to LinkedIn, focused everything on LinkedIn. Then I've done really well on there. So now I'm like bored of LinkedIn. So then I'm focusing on YouTube, and I'm really focusing on that, which is why I'm not doing much with TikTok, even though I think it's great. And that's why I don't do much with Twitter. It's kind of like I focus on one and I give it all of my attention, because I feel like that way it will do better than kind of trying to spread myself over all of them. Right. Steve Ware has said, if you have a very small or no marketing budget, what would your suggestions be? So this was me like in the early days when I set my business up. Arguably now still don't really have a marketing budget, but like genuinely had no money, and I was like, I just need clients, and I didn't have any. So I started just posting online multiple times a day on Facebook, and now like I would say LinkedIn, Instagram. You may not have the budget, but you have time. And that is really all it's going to cost you. I would make sure my LinkedIn profile was banging and up to date, every little bit of it. I would post every single day on LinkedIn, and I would interact and comment and like and share other people's posts on LinkedIn every day, if that's where my target market was. So like for me, my target market, they're hanging out on LinkedIn. So that's where I am. People say to me all the time, like, which social media platform would you recommend? I'm like, where are your clients? If you're B2C, your clients are probably on Facebook. If it's the younger, the entrepreneurs, that generation, they're on TikTok. If it's the business owners, they're on LinkedIn. So wherever they are, go there and focus your time on that platform. You might not see anything for 6 months. Expect to not get anything for 6 months. But absolutely give it your everything for 6 months, and then let me know how you're doing on there. I guarantee it won't have taken that long to get business from it at all. And then once you get 1, you get 2, and you get 5, and it snowballs from there. So without a marketing budget, I wouldn't even bother with a website personally. I would just go all out on social media. Nick Robinson. Hi, Nick. How did you determine your SEO keywords and what sort of SEO budget? So when I first started SEO, which was about 4 years ago, I think, I'd had a website before that, but I didn't ever do SEO with it. And it was like £1,000 a month or something they wanted. And I was like, it's so much money. Like at that point in my business, well, it's still a lot of money to me now, but like back then it was like a huge amount of money, and it was a risk I took, and I got SEO expert in. And literally within about 3 months, I started getting inquiries, and then I realized, and it just snowballed from there. And the more I spent the same amount of money a month, but the longer I left it, the more SEO that was done, the more that snowballed. So now, because of that investment, we get inquiries every single day, like multiple inquiries a day from our website and our Google rankings. So even if I just came off all social media and never did any of it again, we would still get a lot of inquiries. So, which I will do at some point. I will come off of all social media. Not yet, but once I've sorted out YouTube, maybe then. So yeah, Steve, I would just sorry, Nick, I would spend whatever you possibly can on SEO as a budget, and in terms of keywords, decide what niche you want to target, speak to an SEO expert and be like, how hard is it to rank for these things? So that's what I do. So for example, like we wanted to target e-commerce businesses. So when the pandemic hit, I was like, which businesses are going to do well out of this? E-commerce, right? I want to be number 1 on Google. So I spoke to my SEO guy and I was like, how hard is it to rank for like e-commerce accountants? How hard is it to rank for Amazon accountants? And we did, or he, saying we, like I literally did nothing. I just told him what I wanted to do. And he then went away and did it. And literally within like a month, I think I was number 1 in the whole country on Google. We still are for those search terms. So yeah, decide what your niche is. Get your local SEO sorted first before you do anything else. Like you should absolutely be ranking. Like I want to, I was number 1 for accountants Portsmouth before we even had an office in Portsmouth. So I was higher than all the people that had an office in Portsmouth. So get your local SEO sorted first, decide what your niche is, speak to an SEO expert, find out what is easiest to rank for and getting enough search terms, because that's what I've learned about SEO. Again, I'm so not an expert, by the way, just FYI, I literally am not. But I have an expert that I pay that sorts it all out for me. And this is what I've learned. Like, it's not about what's getting the most searches. It's about what's getting the most searches in conjunction with being the easiest to rank for. And that's what you want to find out. Because no point trying to rank for something that's incredibly hard to rank for, that someone else is paying millions to rank for. There's just no point. Don't even bother. I'd rather go for something that's maybe only getting 100 searches a month, but I can rank number one for, than something that's getting 10,000 searches a month, but I'm never going to rank for it. I hope that makes sense. Nick says new studio is looking good. Thank you. I love it. Flourish accounts. I am posting 3 times a week. One day is facts, one day more fun, and on Friday I do an Insta video just saying hello. I know you say it should be daily, but I feel like it's too much for me. Yeah, and that's fine. Like, I say it should be daily because if someone's coming at me saying like, I've got no money, what do I do for marketing? I'm like, that multiple times a day is optimum. The more the better. Yeah, I don't believe this whole like quality over quantity thing when it comes to numbers of followers or like what you're putting out there. My brain is very statistical. I'm an accountant. So it just makes logical sense that the more people that see your stuff, the more chance there is you're going to get a client. So if 3 times a week is what you can do, brilliant. If once a week is all you can do, brilliant. It's better than nothing. You know, once a week is better than nothing. 3 times a week is even better than that. Daily is even better than that. So do whatever you can do, and your results will be relative to that. You know, 3 times a week, if you're putting quality stuff out and interacting with other people and your profile's up to date and stuff, is great. You know, that's what a lot of LinkedIn trainers say to do. Like, don't do more than 3 times a week. For me personally, like, I've always got something to say, so I have to hold back. Like, I could literally post on LinkedIn 10 times a day with something that pops in my head, but I'm like, just chill out, Jerry. You've already posted twice today. Like, no one cares. So I have to like rein it in. But 3 times a week is great. So Alice was telling me that Twitter is the same as LinkedIn, just 1,000% faster. So maybe, yeah, see, I've literally may have well have just said that. Maybe I need to get on Twitter then, because I could just be like, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. I'm already getting enough inquiries. I don't feel like I need to, but if I needed to, then I'd give Twitter a go. I hear that people are really horrible on Twitter though, and I don't want people being like, they're already horrible enough to me as it is on LinkedIn. I'm not sure I'm emotionally stable enough to cope with the abuse on Twitter. Joe Taylor has said, hi Jerry, if someone only had a limited amount of time for marketing, what would you recommend from your experience would be the most impactful thing they could do? So I feel like I have sort of already answered this, but maybe not as specifically. Decide who it is you are trying to target, your ideal customers, work out where they are. So if they are on Instagram or they're on LinkedIn, wherever they are, whatever social platform they're on, only bother with that one and do everything you can to add value to those people and be seen as an expert. So everyone knows I've got Smooth Accounting, and that's my accountancy business. I also coach business owners. I will literally, if I know I'm going to have a space come up for my coaching, I do one-to-one coaching with business owners. So if I know I'm going to have a space come up, I will literally post things that are aimed at, really subtly aimed at those people that might want to coach without going, I'm a coach, does anyone need a coach? Like, sometimes I do that. Sometimes I just drop it in going, if anyone wants coaching, let me know. But maybe like a month before, I will just start putting stuff out about, oh, one of my coaching clients done really, really well and I'm so proud of them. And then I might put another post on saying like, I'm so lucky, or I'm so proud of myself for having such a great work-life balance that I'm not working next week, or I'm off with the kids, or I can go on holiday and leave my stuff. Like, I'm so happy I've got to that stage in my business. And these are all really subtle things aimed at business owners that I want to coach to get that work-life balance. So it's just thinking about who your ideal clients are, where they are, and targeting what you're saying and doing on social media in a, even if it's not in a really blatant way. It can be in a blatant way, but you're not going to be able to do that every day. You know, you don't want to say every day, I'm an accountant, does anyone need an accountant? I'm an accountant, does anyone need, you know, because that won't work. But you just need to be saying what it is that you're doing, why you're the best, being an authority in the space, and that's what you need to do with the limited time that you have. I hope that helps. Hi Tej has said, As you are the face of your marketing and have a great personality, don't their clients expect you'll be dealing with them? A really great question, actually. And no, they don't. I think maybe they did before, like a couple of years ago. But now I think most people just totally understand that it's not going to be me, because the business is that much bigger and kind of the brand has grown that much. They sort of assume actually it won't be me, and I am just marketing. So yeah, I don't get that, and I do always say whenever I'm talking to a potential new client, you'll be looked after by a client manager. One of our qualified accountants will be looking after you, and effectively, like, you won't ever speak to me again. I always say that, but they like, yeah, that's fine. Like, they totally get it. So no one would want me looking after them. Not now. They just wouldn't. But great question. Thank you. Gary, hitting it hard with a question, Gary. Why are you popping on LinkedIn, but your YouTube channel is dead? You're on my YouTube channel, Gary. You're actually here. No, it's a fair question, to be honest. So LinkedIn, I have been doing for like 3 years, 3.5 years. No, it can't be that long. 3 years? I think about 3. Don't know. I'm just saying this over and over again. I think it's about 3 years, and I've been building that up over 3 years. So that's just, and it's exponential growth. It's the same as YouTube. It's exponential growth. So YouTube, I've only been doing for a few months, like actually focusing on it properly since like December. So it will pick up subscribers. Again, the growth will be exponential on YouTube, but it's just a much slower burner than LinkedIn. I think unless you get a viral video, like none of my videos have gone viral, but I think if I had a viral video, I'd probably get a lot more subscribers on YouTube. But yeah, it's just like I said early on in this Q&A, it's a real slow burner, YouTube, which is hard for me because I'm so impatient. Like, I just literally, I'm like, why don't I have 100,000 people follow me on YouTube? I am hilarious. But, we move, we go, it'll be fine. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Gary. I want everyone from LinkedIn to pop on over and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so Nick Rayburn. Alistair said Nick might agree social selling is all about time, and Nick said, yeah, it's a long game, but not as long as you'd think. Jerry does an amazing job with their personal brand across so many channels. She's like Superwoman. Haven't even paid Nick to say that, so thanks. Okay, Steve, what are your suggestions on growing your network? I want to go to more business networking events. Any ones that you can recommend in the south of England aside from yours? I'm coming to that. You are. I'm really sorry, but I don't know any, and that's because I haven't done face-to-face networking in years, literally years, and I've only just decided to start one because I want to go to one. So I thought I'll just start my own one. Then I can decide who comes, and I don't have to attend with people I don't like. So yeah, I'm a bit rubbish. Maybe we can pop that out on a LinkedIn post and see if we get some answers. I'll do that. I'll ask LinkedIn. But yeah, I think growing your local network is a great idea. Nichols and Co Accountancy. I've had lots of advice that we should be liking, sharing, commenting on LinkedIn, but I'm not sure who to interact with. Just random people that I add that are ideal clients. So I'm not a LinkedIn expert. I comment, like, and things on things that I like. So posts that I like, people that I like. I don't think, oh, they won't be a potential client, so I won't comment and like. I just think I've grown my network, and by doing that, you're naturally going to reach out to just so many hundreds of thousands of people. Absolutely a good idea to add people that you would like to be clients and start interacting with them. I definitely recommend that, but don't shy away from commenting and liking and reacting, to other people's stuff that you like, because I think it's a good idea. And I don't really interact with people's stuff that I don't like. So if I don't think I ever have really. If I see something I don't like or don't agree with, I just scroll past it, mainly because I don't care enough. But also because the minute you do that, you're just going to get more of their stuff showing up in your feed. And that's why when people troll me, I'm like, you literally, unless you block me, you're going to see more of my stuff now. This is just totally counterproductive. And also, I just don't think you need to say I don't think it's the right thing to do to comment and tell people you don't like what they've written, because I don't think you wouldn't go up to someone in the street and tell them that you don't like what they're wearing or whatever. So don't do it online. Alistair says, just tweet as the brand as we do. Nobody is nasty to a brand logo, but you do need to engage with others. Yeah, see, that's what I'm not great at that. I will think about this whole Twitter thing. Steve, do you think SEO works for every business? I've thought till now that it won't work for me and it's expensive, but you've got me thinking. Speak to an SEO expert and ask them. I mean, obviously they're going to try and sell SEO, but I'd want to see actual facts. Like, show me the data, show me the facts. If they can show you, look, this is how many searches people are searching in your industry, then yeah, go for it. And I'm happy to put anybody in touch with our SEO guy if anyone wants to speak to him, because he's fantastic. I've literally put him in touch with loads of people because he's great. Breakfast with Jerry recommended. Yeah. Shapcott's Accountants. Do you do much with in-person networking events, trade shows, or do you find there is better return on investment with online marketing? I think there's better return on investment from online marketing. Absolutely. Hands down. Again, it depends where your target market is. So for my video business, I would rather do local networking in person because we are physically needed. So, we couldn't necessarily have clients that are like in Scotland or whatever. But for smooth accounting, online is better because our clients can be anywhere. We don't need to be local to them. So I think that depends on what, obviously you're accountants as well. So assuming you can take on clients from anywhere, then definitely online is where it needs to be. I haven't done any face-to-face networking since I started my business 6 years ago. Not one. And trade shows, no. Like, I just couldn't think of anything worse personally. But it's like one of those necessary evils, isn't it? Like, if you just, face-to-face networking I used to do and it worked really well. So, yeah. I think as you're an accountancy firm, as I am, online is so much. If you do online stuff correctly, whether it's SEO or social media or whatever, it is massively a better return on investment than time spent at networking events, like where you might get some really small business owners or new startups or people like doing hobby businesses that want accountants, because that's generally what you get a lot of the time. So if you're going to do face-to-face ones, make sure it's the right type of people going. Steve said, yeah, I'd like his name, please, the SEO guy. I'll ping it over to you. Tim Lane, the Backstick Agenda, has said, do you market any advisory style work like valuation or succession restructuring? No. And I also don't really market any specific type of work. So not on social media. Social media is just me, my brand, and just general stuff. Advisory style work, we have a bit of it on our website, but not a huge amount. I find that it's better to upsell advisory and succession work than it is to attract using that. So get the clients in the first place, do a really good job, upsell advisory work. Obviously, you can sell advisory work off the bat, and we do quite often sell like management accounts and, regular meetings and stuff like that. But I find that until you know the clients better, it's harder. So it's only if they know that that's what they want, basically. Nick has said, you physically can't be everywhere at once in the analog world. With social and digital, you can. Why are trade shows even a thing anymore? I know. That's why I totally agree. Social, you can just be everywhere. And you can sort of almost pick who you're targeting with social. Like, you can't pick that with face-to-face events because it's just whoever's there. Like, I really like playing down the whole face-to-face networking thing when I'm just about to start my own one. But that's because I want to meet more local people, and the pandemic is now at a point where, or is it even a pandemic anymore? Like, are we still in a pandemic? It's allowing us to meet face to face, and I want to see people in real life. Trade shows, I mean, no, it's not for me. Like, I just the thought of it, just ugh, no, no. But they have their place. Okay, just because it's not for me, they definitely have their place. I can't think what that place is, but there is one. It's not for me. Cool. Steve has said, on LinkedIn, how much time did you spend on finding your ideal clients and following them, commenting on their posts, etc.? And how much did you just post and let your network name grow that way? So being completely honest, and this is 100% honesty, I have never tried to find an ideal client on LinkedIn or found an ideal client on LinkedIn and followed them and commented on their stuff ever. I've never done that. I probably can count on two hands the number of connection requests I have ever sent since I've been on LinkedIn. I don't ever send connection requests. I just accept them if I get sent them. I'm like the laziest LinkedIn person ever. Like, I will put posts on, but I can't really be bothered with interacting with other people. I'll accept connection requests, but I'm not sending any. Like, I just, oh, maybe I'm not the best person to answer these questions. No, on a serious note, I just posted and let my network and name grow that way. I guess it was totally unintentional for the first like year, because I was just like, oh, people are liking, commenting on my things, so they must be doing well. So I'll just keep doing it. I just kept doing it, just kept posting. And each day I just post and interact with people in the comment section and accept connection requests. And I've pretty much been doing that for 3 years. Okay, so Alistair, Mapsimize. True, never taken Mapsimize to a trade show and never would. Different 6 or 7 years ago, but not now, not worth it. Yeah. So other people, I think, are sort of agreeing with me on that, about the whole trade show thing. But, you know, I can understand like maybe why software companies and stuff like that would go to trade shows. It makes sense. But for like business owners, I'm just trying to raise my brand, raise my profile, and target indirectly, I guess, target potential clients by putting myself out there online every day. So yeah. Did the rebrand from JW to SME have a big impact on success and growth? Yes, I think it did, but it's hard to know because we were growing rapidly anyway as JW Accountants, J Williams and Co. Can't even remember the old name. As J Williams and Co. we were growing anyway, then I rebranded and we continued to grow rapidly. So would we have continued to grow rapidly? Yes, because I wouldn't have had it any other way. But I think because of the rebrand, I absolutely marketed the hell out of it. Like, even now, I still mention it. Like, the build up when we relaunched, like merch, social media posts, I went on about it so much that I just, yeah, I think it did. I think the marketing I did around the rebrand drove a lot of growth. If we just rebranded, I don't think it would have made much of a difference, but it was everything that came with that, and what I just exploited it. And you should do that with everything with your marketing. Like, people say to me, I don't really know what to post. And I'm like, everything is a marketing opportunity. Literally every single thing, like taking my kids to school is a marketing opportunity. Like, everything, having a cup of tea. Like, if you can find a marketing opportunity in every single thing that you do throughout the day, it's whether you put that much effort in. And I always have put that much effort in. So you reap what you sow when it comes to marketing, I think. So Nick has said, this is one of the things I think I'm struggling with on growth is I'm the face of the brand. So it's me that does the training. Not sure how I delicately hand that off to team members. Nick, do you mean training people on social media? I think that's what you mean. In the same way, like I'm coaching business owners and it's me. That is a problem when you've got that situation, because my coaching business, like I sell my time for money. And I hate this. It's just such an awful business model. Like I wouldn't teach anyone to have that as a business model. It's terrible, but it's great money. It's brilliant money. So I am working on ways to move away from that. And I won't necessarily move away from one-to-one coaching, but I need something that is not my time, which will be something like my digital course. So I'm building a digital course at the moment, which I'll be able to sell. So once that's built, it will just sell and it won't need my time. So it's things like that, if that's what you mean with that, Nick. Could you just clarify if that's what you mean, like you are the person doing social media training? I don't think you can. Yes, you do mean that. Yeah. It's different with Smooth. Like with Smooth, we are an accountancy firm. I am an accountant. Therefore, any other accountant under the Smooth brand would be able to look after someone. It's different when you are delivering like training or coaching to pass that off to someone else. I don't think it's that easy to do. I don't think you can do that. So yeah, if you find out a way, let me know. Okay, Nichols and Co Accountancy. Keep these questions coming, guys. Really great questions. Hang on 2 seconds. Okay. Nichols and Co Accountancy. What do you think about someone else managing your social media accounts? In a business that's already got a fairly large client base and the owner is too busy, do you think it could work? Yes. So it's not that black and white, I don't think. So like I now don't manage or post anything for Smooth on social media. It's managed by someone else. I don't need to, but I do manage my own social media and I always have. There was one time where I had someone doing a bit on LinkedIn for me for about 3 months. So just going in and interacting with other people because I was finding I didn't have any time to do that. But I still, all of the posts that have ever gone out on LinkedIn is all me 100%. So it's absolutely authentic. I don't think you can do it with your personal brand. And I think personal brands are what grow businesses. So what grow businesses rapidly, I would say. Now, that's not always the case because obviously if you look at massive corporations like Apple and Google and stuff, they're not personal brands. But it's, if you're growing a small business like most of us are, then personal branding is where people want to see a face. They want to have a face, for the business. So I think it's trickier, not impossible, but trickier to have someone manage your personal social media because they are not you and they're not going to say what you would say. So yeah, I think it can be done, but definitely for business stuff. Like I say, I don't do Smooths anymore. So yeah, hopefully that's answered your question. Ashley Platt. We have a unique business. We offer outsourced solutions to accountants. Leads are all face-to-face and been unsuccessful with online leads. Do you have advice on getting in front of accountants online? So all the leads you're getting are from face-to-face meetings, but you're not getting leads with online. See, I would have thought it would have been the other way around. It's difficult for any business to get in front of accountants. I can only speak from experience. Like, I get contacted kind of every day by people trying to sell something to me, something for accountants. Like, this piece of software is great for accountants. We work with accountants exclusively, and like none of them ever get through to me. Like, there's just a massive barricade because I am too busy and I don't want to do sales calls. So I think that's very similar with a lot of partners for accountancy practices. I think trying to get through to them is like directly try and get through to them is near on impossible. And most business owners, to be fair, because they're busy and they don't have time to just be bothered by kind of sales things. So if it were me, I would be trying to build a brand online, and naturally by doing that, you will attract your audience, whoever that is. So I've never direct sales messaged anyone ever, but yeah, I've got loads of business from LinkedIn, for example. Same with our website. People come to us. So rather than trying to force yourself to get in front of people, I would be trying to direct that energy and effort into my marketing so that naturally they find out about it and they choose to come to you. And I've always been that way with everything I've done, because I don't like the hard sell thing. Like, I don't like it when people do it to me. So I would never just send someone a DM going, "Oh, do you need an accountant?" Like, I just not me, and I've never done it in my life. I'm very much a, "Hi, I'm here every day. I'm here. Hi, everyone." Like, on the hope that people will come to me, and they do. I think it's a better way. Building a network and building a brand is better to attract business. So that's what I would do. I think trying to contact accountants directly is near on impossible. We are like just hard to contact. I was trying to think of something funny to say and nothing would come to my mind then. Cool. Good question though. Really good questions today, guys. I'm at the end of all the questions, so if no one has any more, we will wrap it up today, because that's been really, really great. Obviously, if you do, I'll just give it like a minute in case anyone's got any more questions they want to type in the chat box. But thank you all so much for coming. I love that I just go live on YouTube and people actually come over and listen to me ramble on and on and on. Cool. Steve has said, "Thanks so much, Jerry." You're welcome. You're all very welcome. Yes, I hope it's been useful. Obviously, this will stay up on here if anyone wants to watch it back, and connect with me on LinkedIn if you haven't already, and we can follow each other. But yeah, good luck with all your marketing, and everyone's saying thank you and stuff. Have a great week. Bye, everybody.